Good morning, students. In the last Zoom class, we discussed about the concept of departmental accounts, and I also explained how to allocate the expenses and income to all the departments if it is given in total, and we solved the first two problems. So now we are going to start the third problem. Let us start. So in this problem, they have asked distribute the following expenses to all the departments of a business on an appropriate basis. So expenses are advertisement expenses, rent, electric charges, salary and depreciation, and they have given the expenses, total expenses of the business. And additional information are the following information is available regarding the department. So department information is given here, that is sales. The three departments are there, that is A, B and C. So sales of department A 1 lakh, B 1 lakh and C 5 lakhs. Like that, area occupied, floor area occupied in square meters is given, that is 600, 400, 200. Then number of light points is given, 10, 15, 10. And number of employees information is given, department A 9, department B 6 and department C 5 employees are working. And value of assets of each department, the value of assets which is maintained by all the three departments are 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs. So these are the additional information which is given for the expenses. So in this problem, what they have asked, they did not ask us to prepare the trading account, just they are asking us to distribute the expenses. The expenses which they have given is total expenses for the business, just they are asking us to distribute the expenses to the department of the business. So as they told, there are three departments, that is A, B and C. So these are the expenses for the whole business. So what you people have to do, you have to allocate, you have to distribute the expenses or to all the three departments. And for distribution of expenses, they have given certain basis. So as I told, for each expenses, for distribution of each expenses, you should have some basis on what ratio you can distribute. So for distribution of expenses, they have given some information, and based on these information you can calculate the ratios for all the three departments, and based on the ratios you can just distribute the expense. So if you see, the first expenses which is given is advertisement expenses. So total advertisement expenses is rupees 25,000. So 25,000 is expenses incurred by all the three departments. Total 25,000 is advertisement expenses. So we have to distribute this 25,000 to all the three departments. So on what basis we are going to distribute? Very simple. Advertisement expenses is incurred for what purpose? For selling the goods. So advertisement expenses is an expenses which is related to what? Sales. So here in the additional information you can see they have given the sales information for all the three departments, 1 lakh, 1 lakh and 5 lakhs. So on this basis, on this ratio, you can distribute the advertisement expenses. And next comes is what? Rent. So rent is paid for what? Building. So rent expense is rupees 12,000 and it is paid for building. So let us see whether any building information, whether any area occupied information is given or not. Yes, they have given floor area occupied by all the three departments in square meters is given, that is 600, 400 and 200 by all the three departments is given. So on this ratio, area occupied by three department, ಎಷ್ಟು area occupy ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ three departments, on this ratio we are going to distribute the rent expenses of rupees 12,000. And next comes is what? Electric charges, electric light charges. So electricity charges is again is an expense which is incurred for the business. So as I told, whenever you see electric charges, you have to see three things. First, you have to see whether meter reading information for all the three departments is given or not. If meter reading information is not given, then you have to look into what? Number of light points. So number of light points is not given, then you have to look into the area occupied. So let us see electric charges related, any information is given or not. So here if you see, sales is given, floor area occupied is given, then you see number of light points. Yes, number of light points information is given. So this information can be the base for the distribution of electric charges. for the distribution of electric charges. So your number of light points is 10, 15 and 10. So on this basis you can distribute the electric charges. Next is what? Salary paid. So salary paid is related to the employees. So any employees information is given or not. Let us see. So here if you see, they have given the number of employees information 9, 6 and 5. On this basis, so each department, in each department how many number of employees are working, the information is given. So on this basis you can distribute the salary of rupees 2 lakhs, and last expenses is depreciation of rupees 9,000. So depreciation is charged on what assets? So let us see whether any asset information is given or not. So here they have given the value of assets information of all the three departments, 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs. So on this basis you can distribute the depreciation of rupees 9. So all these are total expenses, and you have to distribute all the total expenses between the three departments. So now let us move to the solution. So if you see the solution, so first, before distributing the expenses, it is better you can calculate the ratio for all the bases. So I have told they have given the basis of allocation information, that is sales, area occupied, number of light points, number of employees and value of assets. So all this information is given, and for all this information if you calculate the ratio, it will be better for the distribution of expenses. So if you see sales, 1 lakh, 1 lakh and 5 lakhs are the sales of all the three departments. So cancel the common zeros. So you will get 1:1:5. So 1/7 for A, 1/7 for B and 5/7 for C. This is a ratio, sales ratio for all the three departments. In the same manner, area occupied, floor area occupied in square meters is given 600, 400 and 200. So here again cancel the common zeros. You will get 6:4:2. If you want, you can stop here. Otherwise, you can further simplify. So 2 3s are, 2 4, 2 2s are and 2 1s. So further you can simplify. So you will get 3:2:1 ratio, that is area occupied ratio. And next is number of light points is 10, 15, 10. So if you wanted to simplify, you can simplify. Otherwise, just you can leave it as 10, 15 and 10. So if you simplify, you will get 2:3:2. 5 answers. And next is number of employees. So if you see number of employees, they have given 9, 6 and 5. So 9, 6 and 5 can't be further simplified. So if you cannot simplify and find out the ratio, just stop there itself. So the three department ratio is 9:6:5. And the last is value of assets. Value of assets is 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs. So cancel all the common zeros. You will get 5:2:2. And further you can't simplify. So like this, first you have to calculate the ratios. Calculation of ratios is not must for the problem. It is just a working note. But if you calculate the ratios first, it will be easy for you to distribute the expenses. So now if you see the distribution of expenses, so you should first draw the columns, that is for expenses and basis of distribution, on what basis you have to distribute. And three departments are there, Department A, Department B and Department C, and maintain one more column for total. So here if you see, all the expenses are there, like advertisement, rent, electric charges, salary and depreciation. So I have written the total amount of expenses, that is advertisement 25,000, rent 12,000, electric 7,000 and salary 2 lakhs, depreciation 9,000. And the next column is basis of distribution. So how we are going to distribute the expenses, on what basis you are going to distribute the expenses. In the question very clearly they have told, just distribute the expenses for all the departments they have asked. So here expenses are, we have maintained one column for expenses, and let us maintain one more column for distribution of expenses. On what basis you are going to distribute the expenses. Let it be let this column be, because it will make you clear on what basis you are going to distribute the expenses. So advertisement on sales basis, rent on area basis, electric charges on light points basis, salary on number of employees basis, and depreciation on value of asset basis. So already we have calculated the ratios. So each basis ratios we have calculated. So on this basis you are going to distribute the expenses. So first if you see advertisement 25,000. So this 25,000 you are going to distribute in which ratio? Sales ratio, 1:1:5. 5. So 25,000 into 1 by 7, 1 by 7 and 5 by 7. So if you see department A, 25,000 into 1 by C, 1 by 7, you will get 3,571. And department B also 25,000 into 1 by 7, that is 3,571. And if you see department C, 25,000 into 5 by 7, so you will get 17,858. So totally your advertisement expenses is what? 25,000. So here what happens is you're going to distribute the expenses and add all the expenses and put it in the total column. So here I want to tell you one thing. Already you have mentioned how much is advertisement and you have mentioned the ratio also. So again, in the department wise, you need not to show this calculation like 25,000 into 1 by 7. You need not to show this calculation. Just write the amount. 25,000 into 1 by 7 is 3,571. Just write 3,571, 3,571 and 17,858. If you write the amount of expenses of all the department in the department column, it is enough. Why I have shown here is because it will make you clear how you got the amount. But you need not to show this calculation for all the expenses or for all the departments. So after distributing all the expenses, just total and write it in the total column. And finally, after distributing all the expenses, finally what is the total expenses? Ella expenses ella department to go after distribution of all the expenses, just add all the expenses. Total expenses of department A, total expenses of department B, total expenses of department C, and total expenses for the entire business. Just total all the departments and total column, and just maintain a total column at the end. So this is how you have to solve the third problem.